But here we go. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. They are off. We are starting the Monaco Grand Prix. And Bratty Terror gets away okay. Frazier actually has a better start in second place now, passing Matt Moore Island, who is following him close behind on the hard tires, followed by Niox, followed by Dark HD, followed by House. Those are our top 6. Looks like Matty 1 and 2 made up a place off the line. We have a 5-second penalty for Knox for cutting a corner. Oh no, that is not good. I wonder what he did. But yes, Bratty Terror, Josh away, setting the pace. 1 second up already on Frazier, who is being followed closely by Matt Moore Island. And what do you know, Dark Jr. towards the back of the grid, already up in the 8th place. He's made some moves with those medium tires. I'm not sure what has gone on there in the back. It's going to be interesting as, wow, a lot of penalties just came through as House. Sorry, House just made a mistake. I think he cut the bus stop chicane. He opened the door for Dark Jr., who darts ahead and is now up into 7th after starting in 13th in just 5 laps of work. You know, you can't rule out Dark Jr., who just, again, gets past another driver. And, yeah, he's at danger now from House to come fly by him. Let's watch this overtake attempt down into the chicane. Dangerous area. The door's shut just a little bit, but they respect each other enough. Oh, my goodness, that could have been so bad. Molyneux is clearly just making it very difficult to let cars past him. And, oh, no. House. Dark Jr. just dove into the pits as well. Sorry. So what I think's happening here is Dark Jr. was happy to follow along for 12 laps, but now he's like, all right, let's put on some hards. Let's undercut all these guys in front. Let's go to work. I agree, and I think Frazier's dove into the pits to try and block it. He hops onto the hards after the medium. This is going to be interesting to see if Dark Jr. can get out ahead of him or not. I think the delta was about a second or two apart. Let's see what happens. It does look like Frazier was pretty happily clear of him. Yeah. He was 2 places ahead of him at the time, and it looks like Dark Jr. is going to come out just behind him. So I do think he gained a second behind him. And the interesting here, Jake, Dark Jr. has hot, warm, hard tires while Frazier has to warm these bad boys up. It is a wonderful stint from Neox so far. You're totally right. What just happened to Frazier? Maybe he just had a little moment there, a little bit of oversteer, but props to him for catching it. But Dark Jr. now in 4th place. Neox did pit. He chose to go in at about 40% on those mediums. Comes out still in the top 6. Josh dives into the pits. He's going to put on the mediums. He's going to try and go the last 22 laps on mediums. He will have about a 3-lap advantage of tires on Dark, on Frazier. Let's see if he gets out ahead of him. I think they pretty much come out ahead of Josh here. No, Josh is ahead, but they're going to come right up next to each other here into turn 1. He is on the tail of Josh with hotter tires, deploying battery. They come close together. Dark Jr. gets ahead of him. Josh is trying to make a move on the outside into the next turn. He has to back off, and he hits the wall on his right side. Oh, no. He resets the track. I don't know if he has damage or not, Jake. I can't tell. The tool doesn't say he does. His wing looks to be in place, but man, that was some wheel-to-wheel racing, and unfortunately, I couldn't tell if he had enough room, but he did clip his right tire on the wall. They were trying to go side by side. Dark HD is ending his stint here to go on the mediums.
If I was Moore Island, I would pit now for the mediums.
You think so? And just try and... Oh, look at you. You know him well. He dives into the pits for mediums. It's going to be really interesting to see if he gets out in front of Dark HD or not. Their delta's going to be close, so...
I think he might just rejoin ahead of Dark HD, for, about a second ahead of Dark HD, but then Dark HD is going to have all that momentum from turn 1 that Moore Island will not have, so it might be another...
This could be another side-by-side. He comes out of the pits in the 5th with Dark HG with brand new mediums on. They are warm, but Matt gets away pretty clean ahead of him. Let's see if he can have a clean Sector 1 into Sector 2 to keep Dark HD behind him. It looks good so far. His tires are starting to get warm. It looks like he may do the trick. I think the only opportunity Dark HD has here is through the tunnel with a lot of battery. But, you know, Matt has a full battery right now, so he can also deploy to keep Dark HD behind him. Really good exit into the tunnel, carrying a lot of speed. Dark HD's deploying. He backs off. It looks like Matt's going to keep P5 to himself. Really good idea, Jake. You're right, to prevent that undercut from happening. Especially if he's pushing to get past Frazier here.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if
he makes a brilliant move. Frazier locks up into the turn. Josh sees his opportunity, dives it to the inside, and gets by him. It almost looked like Frazier let him by, but I think it was just a little bit of a lockup. Brilliant racing there from Josh to make that move stick. He has a really good exit. Oh, a little bit of a snap. He's deploying. He's on the tail. He's trying to go side by side. He hugs the inside wall on the right. He's going to try and brake late. He closes the door and makes it through. Niox plays it safe and backs out a little bit. Matt Moore Island up in the fourth. That was very generous of Niox to give him the space there and let him close the door. Oh, Niox. Niox. He is in P6 right now with the penalties. Frazier, he is right on him going into the swimming pool chicane. Has a better exit. And this is such a dangerous area to try and overtake, though. So I think he's going to stay behind and try and, you know, keep the pressure, make a move into the DRS zone of turn 1. So really close the gap here. Niox right behind them. Honestly, Frazier goes deep. Matt makes the move on the inside. He makes a stick. What a brilliant move from Matt. Once again. Now we have 4 cars going into turn 1. We have, you know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, even though there are a couple penalties separating them. But look at this little train that we have. Matt leading the way. Niox, Frazier right behind him. Niox with a ton of penalties, and Dark HD trying to make these mediums go through. Look ahead now. We have Josh Bratty Terror in the DRS of Dylan. Frazier dives into the pits. Do you think he had damage or just couldn't make those hards work? What do you think it was?
I am not sure. His mediums were only 8 laps old.
Oh, so he did go to mediums. You're right.
He's gone to more mediums. So
I think he just lost confidence. He has closed the gap, Jake. You may need to rescind that statement, because if he can somehow get past these cars, he's gonna have the pace to get past all 3 of these cars and up into a podium position. I think
Neox has a penalty as well.
He does, so he's almost a guarantee pass at this point. But you bet your butt that Neox is not going to make it easy for anyone to get by him. We have a train of 4 cars. Frazier connects on his rear left. That is such a tough part of the track to keep it clean. We have a yellow flag. Something's happened in the chicane. Oh, MWatt had a nasty spin. It has turned into a VSC with only 4 laps to go. Frazier with the freshest tires at the back of the train, who looks like he's trying to make a move right now into the start of Sector 2, and he can't not get by Dark HD. He knows he's running out of time. That VSC came at a really bad time for him, but he's just going to have to deploy what he has and try and make his move. I think the moves need to be made here and not on the last lap. It just gets so risky trying to make a move on the last lap. Neox has a 3-second penalty with Dark HD and Frazier behind. Frazier trying to make a move here, trying to make Dark HD mess up in front of him. Dark HD's backing him up a little bit as he's dropped off the pace from Neox, knowing that the 3 seconds is going to push him up in the 4th. He is just going to do his best to keep Frazier behind him, which must be incredibly frustrating at the end of a race like this. Neox takes another penalty. We jump now to the front of the grid where Dark Jr. unbelievably goes worst to first, Jake. He takes P1. He is the crown of the league right now. Bratty Terror, Josh, what a brilliant drive from him. He put it on pole. He had a moment fighting with Dylan, but ultimately could not keep him behind and finishes P2. Great race from him. We go down to Matt Moore Island, who takes the 3rd spot in the podium. Dark HD holds off Frazier for P4. Frazier jumps up into P5 because Niox had 6 seconds of penalty, who falls down to P6. Great laps from those top 6 drivers.